Hey guys, and welcome to this video on Aquaman 2. So, we have some new details about plot points within the movie. But if you haven't yet, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button to stay up to date with all the movie news we have going on around here. So, we're going to look at this article here from Collider. Aquaman 2 will take on climate change as a major plot point. James Wan will once again direct the adventure, led by Jason Momoa's Aquaman. So yeah, guys, for me, the Aquaman movie, the first one, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was such a fun, just enjoyable movie. It was just like a underwater kind of it was just fun, octopuses playing drums and people riding around on sea creatures and massive underwater battles and all this kind of stuff. It was just good, like kind of ridiculous fun, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie, and don't forget, guys, it made over $1 billion at the box office, so that was almost guaranteed to get an Aquaman 2. But anyway, guys, let's jump into this article here and see what's going on with Aquaman 2. So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom will take a couple of months to get here, but details about the upcoming sequel are starting to emerge from the depths of the ocean. During a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, James Wan talked about how one of the major plot points for the next installment of the franchise will be related to one of the biggest problems the world is facing today: global warming. Supervillains are not the only threat to Aquaman and his allies this time around. Here's what James Wan had to say about global warming's relation to the upcoming film. So James Wan goes on to say, quote, "I think people are going to be excited to see this movie. It's quite different from the first movie in terms of tone. It's a little bit more serious, and we're dealing with issues like climate change. We're not afraid to lean into that in a big way, because the Aquaman comic book, even way back when, has always been environmentally conscious. He's always been someone who's fought to keep the ocean clean, and it feels a little more relevant in the world today that we're living in. So this has something to talk about, but it's still a fun action fantasy movie." So yeah, guys, that sounds really good. I always love a movie that's fun and adventurous, but it's always nice to, get an important message across in a movie, that can make people think about current issues, current things that are going on in the world. Obviously, we don't want something that's, jammed into your face. But, a nice important message is always a good thing to put across in a movie, especially something like climate change, which is, very important. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this movie, but let's keep going with this article, guys, and see what else it has to say. So, given how the ocean is his home, it would make sense for Arthur Curry, Jason Momoa, to try and keep it clean. Even if that meant having direct confrontations with humans that live on the surface, James Wan is adding a second problem to the mix. A supervillain that's threatening the life of people that's important to Arthur hasn't yet been revealed. Knowing the character's extensive history in the comics, there's no doubt whatsoever that the selected villain in the story will be a worthy opponent for the ruler of the Seven Seas. Nothing will get in the way of the ocean's powerful king. And let's scroll down. The iteration of this character first appeared during the small cameo in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, when Batman, played by Ben Affleck, stole Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg. Private files, apparently the villain was keeping tabs on all the major metahumans hidden within the DC universe. Yeah, I remember that, guys. So, like, in the movie, they logged onto the computer and there was, like, little icons of each of the Justice League members. And when you clicked on it, there was one for, like, Barry Allen. When you click on it, and there was a CCTV footage of him in a store, where he's, like, zooming around the store. And then there was one of Aquaman where he's underwater. Yeah, I remember that one. So apparently the villain was keeping tabs on all the major metahumans within DC Universe. Aquaman has been seen attacking the camera that's looking at him before speeding away from the eyes of Luthor. It wouldn't be until later when Bruce Wayne decided he needed help from Arthur to face a bigger threat than anything else he had seen before. Okay. Aquaman's first solo adventure. After helping multiple heroes defeat Steppenwolf during the events of Justice League, Aquaman had to embark on a much more personal adventure, one that was related to his own family. Since Arthur decided to grow up hidden within the human world, Orm, played by Patrick Wilson, took the throne. Arthur's brother wanted the position of power for his own convenience and to declare war on the human world. Wanting to take over the land didn't sit right with Arthur, who had to overcome his personal feelings for Atlantis in order to stop his brother from starting a war that he knows he wouldn't be able to handle. So yeah, guys, that was kind of the plot point for the first movie. Guys, if you haven't seen the first Aquaman movie, do yourself a favor, go and watch it. It's such a fun, exciting underwater adventure movie. It's really, really good. I remember when the articles for the first Aquaman movie were coming out, and they were saying it's kind of like a Star Wars movie, but underwater. And you kind of do get that vibes, within the movie, like the giant underwater kind of, it's almost like space battles, but kind of underwater instead. So I kind of get that vibes from it. I know where they were coming from. But yeah, guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about, climate change being a major plot point in Aquaman 2? it's important to get that message out. People, we need to start doing something as a society, to help combat climate change, and kind of putting that into a fun action adventure movie as an undertone. I think is a good thing. It can be a positive thing. What do you feel about this? Do you care at all about that kind of message? Do you think it's just pointless to have it in a movie? Would you rather your movies just be left without these kind of messages in them? Jump down into the comment section, guys. I'd love to know what you think about these plot points that are going to be in the movie. And I will see you soon.